Hi there, you are going to join me as I make my way to the Lewisburg Goodwill. We are on our way back from Wellsboro. We usually stop here on the way because it is literally on the right side of the road when we drive home. Sometimes this can be a good Goodwill and sometimes it can't. I usually do find a couple things, and I think I find 4 things on this trip. They had Easter up. I think Goodwill keeps up holidays all year round. They used to bring the inventory out as the holiday approached, and it was always kind of exciting when Christmas would get here and Easter would get here, Halloween. But now it's up all year round. It's kind of like, meh, there's the Christmas. That was neat. This was glass, if I remember correctly, but I think it was missing the base, and it probably had something that went in it. Maybe it was a snow globe. I'm not quite sure. I didn't find anything in the Christmas area. Last time I was here, there's a very small Valentine's area. Last time I was here, I did find some glass angel ornaments. So that was fun. And then here's their little Halloween area. You could whip through a year by going down this aisle, going through all the holidays. This was from Dollar General. I recognized that price tag, so I did not get that. And that was a cute little bunny rabbit. Its eyes were solid black. And then on the bottom was this suitcase, and I did take the time to look this up. It does have some value to it, but I don't normally sell purses and luggage and things like this. I think if someone would walk in and would be like, hey, that's really cool looking. I like the graphics on it. So it probably is worth money, but because that's not in my wheelhouse, I left it there. The sketch pads I thought were nice, but Jenny doesn't really use paper anymore. She usually just uses her iPad to draw. I was seeing if these were mercury glass beads. They weren't. They were probably just Dollar Tree, dollar store beads, but some other sewing notions in there. And it was kind of like a stationery area here. And then I found this bag of glitter, and I am starting to do resin now. And I thought, well, this would be fun to add to the resin. And I actually made a little mushroom with some of the glitter in that bag. So that was fun. And only $1.99 for all of that glitter. Of course. I was looking to see if there were any swung glass, stretch glass vases here. There weren't any. But you never know. There might be. And then on the end cap, there was a whole bunch of these. 2 of them had this palm tree and a hut etched into it. They might have been pewter. And then I think the one on the left, I'm going to turn it around. That one had a cow or an ox pulling a wagon. So 2 were the same and 1 was different. And then they have all their clear glass in one area. I like going down the clear glass section because if there's a colored glass, it really pops out in the clear glass because everything is clear, obviously. And sometimes there's fairy lights in here. I found fairy lights in clear glass sections. They had bundled all of these glasses together. I thought that was nice. And then they had also bundled all of those tumblers as well. It was nice seeing that they bundled things instead of pricing individually. Let's see. I don't think I found anything in here, but it's still fun to look. Maybe you see something. And then on the other side, this plate caught my eye. I definitely think it was old. You could see the crazing and the staining in the crazing. So that was a well-worn, well-used bowl. And then over here, I found this little cat shelf sitter, and it sits on the edge of your shelf. And I thought, well, this is adorable. This will be perfect for Follow That Bug. She's having a raid train on Whatnot at the end of June. And I am the last time slot of that train. So I am collecting some cat-themed things because that is the theme of her train. These little puppy dogs were cute as well. Seeing if they were vintage or stone critters. And then I found some chickens or roosters, salt and pepper shakers. I was surprised they weren't chipped up. There's a few little chips on the paint, but I think that's from their previous use. Someone had them for sale for $6 in their previous life. And I know people like chickens, so I decided to get down on the shelf and see what this was. I had a sneaking suspicion that it was for camping. And I'm going to show you here. I got the top off, and yes, it's a cookware for camping. We don't cook like that. Well, I cook over a open fire, but I have a tripod grill that hangs. Oh, tell me you're Catholic without telling me you're Catholic. If you know what this is, you're Catholic. My grandma used to do this. I'll let it be in the comments if you know what that is. And then if no one knows, I'll tell you in another video. But I'm sure there is at least one person watching this video that knows what that's for. But when we go camping, our first meal is always hamburgers and hot dogs over the campfire. And then we usually get Chinese food, but Jenny's kind of tired of the Chinese food. So, and this last time we were only up for a couple days. So we had hamburgers and hot dogs, and then we went out for birthday dinner. This is a cute little set of salt and pepper shakers and bunny rabbits. They probably are supposed to be over in the Easter section. And giving you a look at the shelves here. This, I think, you hold your napkins down, and that's probably the weight that holds all the napkins so they don't blow away if you have it outside. They went with my salt and pepper shakers, but I decided to leave that on the shelf. And looking some more, I thought this was different. I think it was a music box. It was an open book. That was neat. And let's see. Oh, here was a Hobbyist Train. But they had the pieces marked individually. They were doing so good bundling the glasses. And then they separated all of the Hobbyist Train. And then over on this section, I found this letter. And usually when I find these letters, they're really, really expensive originally when they're sold in the store. I think it might be a Hobby Lobby or a Michael's kind of thing. Those, at least around here, the resin letters are pretty pricey when you buy them retail. Someone had made some art, but whatever they had put on the little moss thing had fallen off. And over on this area, I did find these little bird planters, but they were from Dollar General. So if they were, the Dollar General sticker wasn't on there, I probably would not have known that and picked them up, but luckily for me, the sticker was still there. Saved me some money. This was neat, Holly Hobby puzzle. I wonder if all the pieces were there. Usually when I do buy puzzles, I try to buy them new and wrapped up, but this a few times when I have bought them, like children's puzzles, and they're old, the pieces are usually there. I have yet to buy a puzzle that is missing a piece. This was neat. I wasn't quite sure who made it, and then I saw that it was Pioneer Woman. And I do like the graphics on her pieces. They're very bright and cheery, and she does have kind of a vintage look to things. And then these tins were really neat. I feel that they were reproductions. They were in really, really good shape. Could be wrong, but my first instinct was, oh, these are reproductions of old ones. And then the graphics on this, I remember I was with Jocelyn one time, and she found a whole set of these with that same graphic on it, the flour and sugar and coffee. And now we're going to go around the end cap. Nothing really on the end cap here, and down another aisle. There are people in the store. It just doesn't look like there's anyone in here with me. I rented out Goodwill again. I need to shop by myself. Never. I've never done that. That'd be so silly. It'd be weird too. And then look, on the very top, I found this glass ornament. Now we are near Corning, so someone could have made this up at the Corning Museum. I know at Christmas time, that is one of the things that you can do. And I'm really excited because Jenny and I are going to go up to the Corning Museum in June, and I am going to film our trip there when we walk around the museum, and then we are going to do a thing together where you can make something. So I'm very, very excited about that. We had fun last time, and I'm going to have even more fun because then I get to bring you along and share with you. They have on the Netflix the show Blown Away. It's an art glass show, and they are going to have some of their displays up at the museum. And then I recognized this record. I had started to watch that movie with Julie Andrews. It's called Hawaii. Green Life. Looks barely like it's barely used. And have some $4.99 for all of this stuff. Looks like. I wonder who makes that. Reba Harmony for the home. A Reba McEntire? I'm thinking maybe only $5. Interesting. It's a nice pot here. Look, it's like barely used. Nice. Green Life. I've never heard of that. I am showing you this because on Whatnot, I was watching a seller named Green 13. They are local to my area, and they were doing a clean out, and they had some of that plastic stuff, and they had a toilet paper holder, and I had never seen a toilet paper holder. That reminded me of that sale. That was an interesting show to watch. Well, it was quite a few shows. They had bought out a whole house, and they were going room by room. And the lady had a whole bunch of milk glass. And it was fun. It was fun watching them. This was funny because they still had the community aid. No one bothered to take the community aid sticker off. This was really pretty. If it didn't have that 40th anniversary on it, I probably would have picked it up, even though this probably isn't a high seller, because I don't think that was flash glass. I think that was real red glass. And I thought the red with the silver was stunning. But 40th anniversary is so specific. I mean, you have to know somebody that's doing 40 years of something. Marriage, a job. I'm joking. But I thought it was still a pretty piece. And then this thermos looked like Charlie Brown's shirt and probably had some age to it. I've picked up Aladdin thermoses before in the past. This probably definitely has some age, but they're not in my wheelhouse of knowledge. So I left that there. I was excited to see this was Nightmare Before Christmas. I was thinking of Jenny, but then I realized that the top had broken off. There were two pegs, and I think probably Sally or Jack or Zero or somebody was on top of that calendar at one time. And here was a very vintage looking butterfly plaque, kind of a hologram effect to it. The music was awfully loud, and I did try, I am doing a voiceover while I'm shopping, but when I hear back the video and the music bothers me, I feel like it'll bother you. So then you're just stuck listening to me yammer on. They had all the signs in this aisle. And then look, I won. 2 points for me. That was a really pretty one. So at least I was winning, but I think they put all of the signs in this area because home is where the heart is. This is us, the story of us. I thought these were vintage, but then when I flipped them over, to me, they seemed more contemporary. So now I'm pointing out all the signs to you. I don't know if signs are very popular where you are, but it seems like they are extremely popular around here. And I think all of the antiques when Jenny's old will be signs. That's all the thrift stores will be full of are signs. And then here I'm showing you the toy section. Not too full, but pretty full. I don't know really what I'm looking for. Anything that kind of stands out, anything that looks old or, something that catches my eye. But I didn't really see anything. These are some Avon bottles. And then this caught my eye. It was... let me flip it over, the Cat's Meow, and it was a Village. And I did take the time to Google Lens this to see if it is worth something. I know Cat's Meows aren't really quite worth a lot like they used to be. That was a nice little display there. But I did take the time to look that up, and there it wasn't really worth anything. This is a cute little piggy bank. These are kind of praying hands, but not really. Oh, they're pushing you away. They're like, go away. Or maybe they're like this. No, it can't be like that. This fall over. Or like that. They're like, hey, high five. And that's SR. I don't know why that SR is something wrong. Oh, is this? I'm not sure. Is it the? Is that for the resort baby? And it looks like someone's bouquets from a wedding were donated. Or maybe, that's a lot of bridesmaids. Maybe they were decorations in the pews. It's pretty though. All different kinds of flowers there. Another one. That video kind of ended abruptly, and so I wanted to show, we came across a photo album of ours, and this is me before my wedding 100 years ago, and I did the flowers for my wedding. So that's me in my mom's sewing room. And then here I am taping everything together. I don't think I hot glued anything. I don't see a hot glue gun in sight, so I think I actually used floral tape. But I did the flowers for our wedding. So finding those bouquets at Goodwill reminded me of me preparing for my wedding. Here is everything else that I picked up on this trip to Goodwill. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, I would love it if you would hit the thumbs up. And if you are not subscribed to my channel, it's absolutely free. All you have to do is hit the subscribe button. I hope you had a good weekend and are having a great start to your week. And I'll see ya.